Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Fucking... The narrator is so sassy. The game actually ran its own ads.
Surely this time Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yep. We're gonna do this again.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Except this time we're not going to turn the power off.
What place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life.
This fucking game, man.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I'd happily work here, by the way.
Control facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated
a be happy button
blindly?
It doesn't matter that the job is shit, because they'll press the button that makes you happy with it, and that's all that matters.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
Illuminated Twitch, how you doing?
Had he spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Push that button so hard, right? Push the be happy button. Like, it doesn't really matter how you're living or what you're doing with your life. What matters is, are you happy? And if somebody gives me a button that's just an I'm happy button,
the heart of the
oh man, am I pushing that?
Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes.
Control?
A little bit.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stan?
Okay.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off.
I did nothing.
But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going. What all this means, I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
They don't do anything.
Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. but I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me,
But
what's
I
the
did
matter,
it.
Stanley? Is it that you have
Press
no idea
5 in
where
green.
you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
Oh no.
Look at you.
I did.
Running from button to
I
button,
did.
screen to screen, clicking on every little
I
thing in this
did.
room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along.
It feels
it's just
like it.
seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To
Wow.
see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully?
There are no
Not a
buttons.
choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me.
Enable
All
backup
part of
power
the
to
game.
activate.
And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life.
Where?
From the moment
How?
you begin until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Well. What an ending. What an ending.
All of his
Okay.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley
Oh.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
I want to go over there. Okay. Well, out we go then.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Well, that explains why
Please
many people are
step
playing it
inside
again.
and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content. Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure. Is it broken?
Is it
What's
broken?
going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Gimme the content, Stanley.
The
All right.
jump circle.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Oh, fuck off. So they have the ability to jump in the game. Just only inside the circle. When you press the button anywhere else, it does nothing. It's just a little circle that I'm allowed to jump in. Alright, let's use them all. I swear to God, if this is the end of the new content arc and I walk through a door and I'm back in the original game, I swear to God. And now I can't jump anymore.
Is that it?
Oh,
Surely that's not
don't
all the
do
new
it.
content. There has to be something else, right?
No, it's straight back.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Okay.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
Oh, this
What do
game
you
is
say,
fantastic. Oh my God, it's so dumb. But also, wait. Wait. Wait.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
I'm gonna do it.
I want to show you something. Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret.
This is gonna be an event that secretly leads me back to the original game where he thinks it's better. I'm going back to my office, aren't I? Ooh.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Damn, I wish I had a jump left. Alright, I'm railroaded into this.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Okay. Smile because it happened. I'm sorry, there's an achievement. It's just called go outside. That's just don't play for 5 years. Really? That's fucking hilarious.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley?
There's also one for playing it the entire duration of a Tuesday.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk.
I love how they've got their
with an
awards
hour
here
of
too.
new elevator content.
Damn.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly
whole part is
stimulating
just an
commentary on
ad
the nature
for the
of
game
choice
I've
in
already
games,
bought.
and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
9 out of 10 is not
It didn't need
perfect.
anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories. These were simpler times, Stanley.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh my god. Please tell me these are real people's reviews. Not recommended 3
I could
hours.
not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
The people who made Stanley Parable as part of the expansion literally took negative reviews and put them in the game. That's hilarious.
Okay, let's see.
While
what
the
this
idea for the
one
game is
says.
good, it becomes repetitive and
While the idea for
boring.
the game is good, for
All the
someone who
alternative
prefers
endings.
non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can.
I don't think you're
Goodness,
preachy, buddy.
This is
It's
actually
fine.
quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure, like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
No.
What's this one got to say? You
think it's
constantly
supposed to
have to
be-
stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alrighty.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the
Shut the
second...
fuck up. I'm back.
Oh, you're back, you see? You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes.
Shut the fuck up.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
Oh,
But that's
no.
the power of the button.
It's part of the
minute I
game.
start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption...
He's doing
it's
it again.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it?
10 past
but
2?
at any rate, I do suggest that we not...
Shut the fuck up.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, no.
I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right?
I press the
Me
button again,
talking,
right?
And you saying nothing.
And press the button
Would
again.
you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe
I've been doing
it
it for
you.
5 years
To
since I
begin
started
with,
streaming.
There is only regret.
Okay. I killed him. I killed him. It's been too long. He died. The narrator died. There's still no way out though. I guess we press it again.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of a...
How much? How many times can I push the button? Does nothing happen? Are we just stuck here forever?
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, that's okay. Oh, there's probably a way out now. The room's fallen apart. Must have been decades. It has to have been decades. One more. One more. We've broken through the concrete pillar and grown vegetation. This is like 100 years. This is like 100 years. More. A few hundred years. Where did my vegetation go? Oh. An escape. Wait. Can I push it again? What do I do now? Wait. Did we actually went so fast? Stanley, the narrator died. Just on my own? There are no walls? It can't be an open world. He hated it. Is he really dead? I pressed it again. Oh no, I didn't press it again. It's just over. Yeah, there's just nothing. It just starts again. Oh no, back at the beginning.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
What if I don't do that? Oh, it's too late. I've already left my room. Okay. What?
Oh, good. You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Wait, I already did this. But it didn't have this. It says new content. New content. It didn't have the neon sign. It was just a door last time that said new content. Now there's a big neon sign that says new content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Oh my god, I'm playing the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up.
I wonder if it
so
is,
many
though.
Possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams
They're back.
progress
2 doors.
and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
1, more TPS. I don't know what TPS means. 2, better TPS. Futurism shift. Synergy. Brick and mortar approach. Envelop client-centric marketing. The color red. Leverage holistic value. TSP. Okay, TSP. I still don't know what it means. Stanley Parable. Oh, it means that. More the Stanley Parable. Better the Stanley Parable. Right. Thanks for attending my meeting. There's just 2 Stanleys. There's just 2 Stanleys.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can
Scrum,
loosely organize a
design,
handful of
pitch,
interesting
break, pitch,
concepts,
design.
then surely the game will sort of naturally
Number
spring
2,
up around them. It'll all work itself out.
2
Game
eyes, 2 ears,
development
2
is much
nostrils,
more of
2
a
arms,
fuzzy
2
magic
legs.
than anything
Who took the
scientific or
red
logical,
marker?
really.
Me. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2, Batman Arkham Asylum 2, Batman City, Divinity Original Sins 2, Doom 2, Aladdin 2, Return of Jafar wasn't actually good, but Dark Souls 2. All right. Divinity 2 is amazing. Divinity 2 is amazing, and I would love to play more of it.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. The button that says the name of the player playing the game. No, it doesn't. The button that says the name of the player playing the game. No, it doesn't. It's gonna take my
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized
No, you don't
and
know my name.
validated as people.
You do
So
not
with
know
that
my
in
name.
mind, my first addition to the game is this button.
You do
which
not know my
speaks
name.
The name of the person playing the game.
No, it doesn't.
Isn't that wonderful?
No, it does not.
Jim.
Nah,
Sorry,
fucking.
I should have clarified.
That's.
Right now, the button only says
I
the
mean,
name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Okay,
Here,
hang on though.
Let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it.
Because, like, my name is
here we go.
James.
Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget
And
whoever
so-
you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being
Does it
heartbroken
always
as
say Jim?
seizing all
Is this
the
just a
world's
coincidence?
possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth
But
the
I've
money.
never put my
Let's
name
take a
as
break from
Jim
the Jim
ever.
button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
It's James. I don't like Jim. Jim's not a name. No.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Jim.
I don't love that kind of got my name right. And I really need to know if it was getting my name from data or if it was just a
I
coincidence.
suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Infinite hole.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
God damn it.
Happy 12th birthday, step-niece,
You
it is.
fucking trolling piece of
actually,
shit.
Maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're
You
moving on.
absolute troll. You little... The narrator is a brat. Free, new, and easy achievement. It just works. I can't believe it's that simple. Get your achievement right now. Pull the lever. Receive your new achievement. No more steps.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that. Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Motherfucker. I thought it was going to give me the achievement and I was actually happy about it. I got trolled again. Stop trolling me, you game.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
The infinite hole. It won't end. Hole entrance. Infinity. More hole, science, infinity, more falling.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is in fact a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Press G to return to the surface. Nah.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
Why? Why is it not infinite?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Does it have an end?
The infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to walk up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. What else you got? Meeting at 2 p.m. Management. New mug. Somehow isn't broken. Lots of cigarette butts.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
I got no idea.
For heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
It did.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above.
Well,
had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
I mean,
I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
I haven't.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow, okay, yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability in marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
I mean, that was my
there it
plan.
is. Shame of my life. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on. Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
It's
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
No, wait,
couldn't
come
bear
back.
to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for.
Wait.
It's a win for everyone.
Wait,
you
no.
get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
Wait,
Take care, Stanley. I
wait,
hope you and the
narrator.
hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Wait, you can't just leave me in the sad infinite hole. I want one of those jumps from earlier. The teleport button still doesn't work. Press G again. F. 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 G. H to change your reality?
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
Should I press the H key? It's gonna start me back at the... Change yourself, Jay. Oh my god, that one's my favorite. These are all Stanley in the art style of different games. Like this one right here is Don't Starve.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley! Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Uh, the teleport button still doesn't work. Okay. Oh, we're only back here. Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Stanley Parable reassurance bucket. I haven't been to the reassurance bucket yet.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind.
But there's no bucket.
It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable
It's behind a
will
glass.
feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting.
I want to
You
hold the
may
bucket.
even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while
wanna
the
hold the
bucket
bucket.
is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair,
It's a very
must
comforting
already be
bucket.
sweeping through your body. And in fact,
I
can
feel
I
warm
say
and
that
fuzzy
I do
inside.
believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well?
Thank you.
I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Yes.
All this
I'm a
and
3.5.
more awaits you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I'm taking the bucket with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Button that says the name. You heard Jim in the game. The button that says Jim. That's Jim. Aw. The button's gone. Button's gone. The button that says Jim is gone. Alright, what's up here? What's up here?
This is a bucket.
Dear God,
There's more.
no.
Right, I thought that was part of the game for a second. Setting world champion. Okay. Collectibles. Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them? Can you find them?
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Am I even actually getting closer to this? I think so. I am. There's no way there are 6 of these. That is a straight up troll. There are not 6 of them. There are not 6 of them.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
There are no more of those in the rest of the video game. I'm going to try and pull this lever while holding the bucket. Damn. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't. Nope, there's none. The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh, well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative
If I didn't use all the jumps, would it have jumps remaining? Jump circle, this mob, free achievement, the button that says your name. I haven't been to merch. Setting world champion, office decorations, epilogue. I haven't been to the merch shop and I haven't been to the epilogue yet. So where's the merch shop? Z. I'm there. N is the jump circle, which is there. And Z is the merch shop, which is where? Okay. There it is. Ooh, scan that QR code. Welcome to the official website of the Stanley Parable 2. Guys, it's a whole website. It's legitimately an actual website. Like, it's a literal actual website. It comes with a YouTube video. It's a 10-minute YouTube video. There's a 10-minute YouTube video on that QR code. I'm not watching that right now. Right. Okay. We're at our Twitch mandated ad break. I will be back momentarily.